Okay, mtaniwia radhi, nitatohoza kidogo, nitaongea lugha ya Kiswahili na pia lugha ya Kiingereza ili niweze kujieleza vizuri. Kwa majina naitwa Robert Madombok. Mimi ni co-founder wa StitchedByWash. We co-founded it with my brother and colleague Washington Mbok. Basically we deal with car interior, and what I much deal with is I lead strategy. That is in terms of how do we roll as a team, how do we ensure that the entire team is in motion, everybody is where they're supposed to be, our clients are getting the best that they're supposed to get. So basically that's what I do. So I'm in charge of operations. So I'm the director in charge of COO, Chief Operations Officer. So basically I ensure that day-to-day running of StitchedByWash is on course. So basically we do have 3 branches. We have our main branch at Nairobi, where we are now, and we have our second branch, Mombasa, and then we have our youngest branch in Eldoret. So basically, I ensure that everything end to end goes. I ensure that our clients meet the top-notch quality that they deserve, and ensure that also the team that is working on the ground is motivated, is upbeat, and ready to give the best of the results. So thank you so much for this opportunity. I think what makes me very passionate about our brand, 1 is because we built it from scratch, and 2, it's because we have a passion for it. It is something that is inbuilt in us. We love cars. We love pimping your ride. We love making it look nice. We love making it look awesome and wonderful. So that excites me. That's also something that really come alongside in that makes me feel really enthusiastic, that I wake up every day to look at it and to ensure that things are rolling, is that I want to make transformation. I mean, if you're somebody who is hands-on, you want to see something come and you want to see it changes and go something different. So basically that's those are 3 things that have been driving me more. If I look also into something also that is making me feel, giving me the psych, the energy, the drive, the motivation to keep going, is that we have also created employment for the youth. We are showing people that when you have a talent, then we can nurture this talent. We can create you into something that's really big. And I think the outcome of this is quite amazing. If you look at everything that is going on, it just makes you feel like you belong there. And that's us. I would say that basically almost everything is something that is exciting to us. I mean, from a gear knob to be done, to a steering wheel, to a dashboard, to a roof lining, to seat, to entire interior, everything excites us. But I would say that the major thing that has that keeps us going, that is quite of an achievement to us, is that we've been able to transform more than 1,000 cars. And I think that means if I'm on the road, and I mean, basically, though sometimes you don't keep a memory of that, but I know that in a few cars that passes, there's a car that I have had a touch in. I think that is quite big. So that is something that really makes us feel it is something that we're doing, and it's something that is exciting, and it's something that is taking us places. I think there are quite a myriad challenges sprouting from things like the current global economy. I mean, things are a bit on the lower side, and trying to keep up with it is quite of a challenge. I mean, there are a lot of things that we use that are not manufactured locally, but we hope that with time we get to a place where our country shall have fully industrialized and we shall be able to get them locally. So it means that when we are getting these things, and if you look at the exchange of the dollar, then it means that we have, I mean, it's a bit of a strain in doing that. So generally the global economy is affecting us, and we are trying to come up with new strategies, new ways on how to be able to overcome those challenges. Other than that, I think the other challenge that we also have is the challenge of also getting to be known. I mean, we have so many people that have challenges with their car interior, but they haven't known that StitchedByWash sits somewhere and they're able to transform them. I mean, they're able to give a real transformation on their cars. Something else that I failed to mention, which I think maybe because it's something that comes out almost very conspicuously in many business areas, is the issue of capital. I mean, capital is a limitation. If we had the means to do so much, then I think what we have seen is even a small of an iceberg. Like, we'd be able to create a very big transformation, something really, really big, but we are also limited by that. About competition, we do have a number of people that have come up, and I think maybe out of our inspiration, and competition is a good thing. Competition makes everybody wants to stand out and to be the best. So I think looking at the competition that is either coming out, I would say that we are very proud and we are very sure that we are still above the rest of everybody else in the industry. This is an industry that was not, that is less dominated because the kind of expertise that it needs. So we do have a lot of people that are parasiting. They come up, they copy almost everything. Sometimes you have created a product and you find that someone has copied word to word. I think we are not so much into trying to dwarf them, but I think we're proud that people are trying to come up and try to get into the space. And so as they come to try and get into the small space, then I think it also makes us to think that how do we keep afloat? How do we ensure that we are always the best? And I think that is some of the things that we're doing. I mean, we are not cowed by the competition, but we encourage competition. We want to see challenges. We want to see the challenges that are coming and how do we come out strong and overcome those challenges. I think it does. One is you find that where we are sitting for example, when you have a car, I think I'm not one of the persons that are sought for first. Somebody will ensure that the car is running. Somebody will ensure that they have fuel in the car. And then they can come later, because what we do is more of cosmetics, but also for people who really value their cars and know that you spend a lot of time in your car, it's something you should give a priority. So yes, Corona came, we had challenges like everybody else, but we kept ourselves afloat. I mean, you need to find best practices, you need to see what do you cut down, how do you ensure that your business remains standing so that when the tides come up again, then you are not fully swept out of the ocean, but you can still continue afloat, you can still continue doing business. So we came up with a lot of strategies that ensure that we are able to keep afloat during Corona time. And I think when the fuel hit again, it was another like salt on already a wound that has not completely healed. But we were able to come up with, again, looked at where we are, looked at our market, studied our market so deeply. We have mastered our market in a sense that we are able to see how do we keep rolling, how do we keep changing, how do we change with the changing times, how do we change with the changing times. So that is something that has kept us afloat. And I would agree, yes, challenges are there, and especially when we have these things that are rocking almost every sector of our market, then we are affected. And sometimes we are hit bad. I mean, where we sit on the food chain. I mean, someone will think about us when they already have a fuel in their car, and they already have other things running. So we are less, we will be thought about later. But even with that, we try to find what are the best ways that we can keep afloat. Yeah. The person who's supposed to make it, and you look at it feeling that this person is not appreciating the 90%, then you lose the point. So how do you iron out to a single stitch? I'm using a stitch just to give you, how do I put it? I'm using a stitch just to show you how minute or small a complaint or an issue may be raised by a client and how big we value it. We have instances where we have worked on our clients' cars and they leave, and sometimes it's something that has not been spotted while the car is being checked out. We usually go back and we give clients room. You can walk in and walk out as you feel. So when we have things that are not probably needs amending here and there, we give our clients the way to come and we address them. So that is another front that I would say has really helped us a lot, because we are always willing to be challenged, we are always willing to be taught, we are always willing to learn, and we are always very, very willing to listen. Yeah. I think our country is rocked a lot by that. We have, I would say, a big spectrum of youth. We have those who are skilled, we have those who are semi-skilled, we have those who are unskilled. But at the end of the day, everybody needs to put ugali on the table. So I think as the youth, my advice would be, don't sit there waiting for someone to look at you and to pity you. I mean, there's so much that is running around, and least of the time, you will find that there are people who will pay very particular attention to an individual youth who is unemployed. Sometimes you'll be written off, sometimes you'll be put in the masses of people. The youth are unemployed. Those are just numbers to some people. But to you as an individual, you are a youth that needs employment. So I would say that our youth need to be more proactive. Start small. We live in a society where everybody wants things instantly. You want to build a company and you want to build it in a day. It is not possible. Rome took time to be built. And so don't miss steps. Don't ignore small steps. Don't feel that unless I get an employment in a white-collar job somewhere, that is the only thing that can take me places. So take whatever you have in your hand. I think if I relate it with the Bible, you look at Moses, what Moses had, what he was holding on his hand, that is what he used to. God blessed him through what he had. So I think even as us, whatever it is that we're doing, let us do it passionately. Let us do it, let us be very intentional. Let us be driven by the desire to make a change in our society. And I think these changes that will create employment starts with me, starts with you. You employ 3 people, I employ 4 people. At the end of the day, there are 7 people. If you can get to employ 20 and I get to employ 20, then we have employed 40 people. And the chain continues, and the chain continues and continues and continues. That is how we will change our society. But I think if we grasp and look at the politicians all year round, then we miss the point. We have a role to play as business industries. We have a role to play as people who have got the privilege to know a skill or to have a skill. And so it's a collective responsibility of all citizens to ensure that we move on as a country. Okay, so we have 3 branches. I'll give a brief description on where we are physically located. We are in Nairobi. We are located in Garden Estate. You can access us via Thika Road. You use exit 7, and then from exit 7, you get off on the second roundabout. The second exit on the roundabout if you're facing towards Thika. Then you proceed down to Arubis petrol station. You turn right at the T junction. Proceed for 500 meters. You'll see us on the left. In Mombasa, we are located near Bandari Villas. That is if you're on Mombasa Malindi Road. You move towards Nyali, and then at Sheikh Khalifa Mosque, directly opposite, you'll branch on New Tali Road. So just near Bandari Villas, we are there at StitchedByWash. In Eldoret, we are located near Moigals in a place called Eldoville. So if you're coming from town and headed towards Kapsoya, after Moigals, immediately you take a first left turn towards Juniorette. You move like 600 meters, you'll see the second gate of Eldoville, a black gate. You shall have reached StitchedByWash. So I welcome you all. Thank you so much. We're looking forward to making a good transformation to your cars. Okay, my name is Robert. Thank you so much. You are watching the Kenyan Drive Show on Triple P TV, and this is StitchedByWash.